said I wouldn't make it.
What's up, guys? Rare Spark here, and I got some Battlefield 4 gameplay for you on this Sunday discussion on Sunday. Once again, we're jumping into this one, but you don't really see me play Battlefield too often, so I wanted to change it up here. Normally I play Call of Duty Ghost or Mercenary Kings or some other game, so I wanted to change it up. I do have Battlefield 4, and I've been getting into it a little bit more lately, and it's been a lot of fun. You know, I still got to learn how to play it. I'm not the best at it, so I got to kind of learn the strategies and kind of how the gameplay works and stuff like that, but I'm sure I'll figure it out in time. So on this Sunday discussion, I wanted to discuss the NBA playoffs that happened yesterday. Now, 3 of the home teams lost their first 3 games, being the Clippers lost, the excuse me, I'm blanking out here, the Pacers lost, and the Raptors lost. So tough losses for those teams, and we'll see how they'll bounce back. But I wanted to really discuss each game individually. I saw the end of the Raptors and Nets game. It really looked like the inexperience of the Raptors really hurt them towards the end of the game, and that's really what was the difference maker in that game between Brooklyn and the Raptors. I think eventually, before the series is over, they'll figure it out. Maybe not the next game. Hopefully they'll figure it out next game, but we'll see. And, you know, the experience isn't everything in the playoffs, but when it comes down to a close game at the end of the game, experience is probably going to win out 9 times out of 10. So, tough game, tough loss for the Raptors in that one. The next game, I believe, was the Warriors and Clippers, and that was another good game. Unfortunately, I felt like the refs really tried to take over the game too much. They really had their hands on the game way too much, with Iguodala getting 4 fouls within the first quarter and a half. Within 5 minutes into the second quarter, I think, or 6 minutes into the second quarter, Iguodala had 4 fouls, and he had to sit out the rest of the first half. And then Blake Griffin, he had a lot of fouls as well. And there were a lot of tic-tacky fouls, and I don't really know why they were doing that. I guess maybe the chippiness of the series kind of caused the refs to be on edge, and any little foul they had to call right away because they wanted to control the situation. But something like that, I feel like they just, you know, they had too much of their hands on the game and basically took over the game, in my opinion, and just didn't really work. You know, they really kind of screwed up and caused a lot of issues in the game. And I think it's something that they really need to try and stray away from in the next game between the Warriors and the Clippers, because that has a chance to be a great series. It just really depends on the referees, if they're, you know, balanced and fair. Not saying they were biased in one way or the other, because I felt like it was crappy refereeing both sides. So it wasn't really a biased officiating, but more so just too much hands-on, and I felt like they called way too many tic-tacky fouls, and something that they really should stray away from and try not to do in the next game. And then the next game was the Pacers and the Hawks. Now, as far as I know, no one watched this game. First 2 games, everybody wasn't on the PS4. Nobody was really playing. Then once the Pacers-Hawks game came on, everybody seemed to hop on PS4, including me. You know, we started playing the parks and stuff like that. So no one really was interested in the Pacers-Hawks series, and I felt like, you know, I watched it a little bit here and there and watched the Pacers lose because I was eating dinner at the time, so I figured I would turn it on and watch it. And the Pacers just, they do not look like the first seed at all. They have offensive struggles. Their defense is struggling as well, which was their really strong point at this, you know, that really carried them throughout the season, really. So they really need to try and fix that, because obviously it's an issue and something that is really causing them to lose. But again, they're just getting really selfish on offense again as well. So this was a team that moved the ball well and had great team play during, you know, their win streaks and stuff like that, and I really don't know what's happened to them, whether it's a chemistry issue or not, but they seem to have gone into selfish basketball playing mode. Whether it's, you know, it might not be selfish though. It could be they want to try and save the team. They think they can do it. They have their, you know, Lance Stevenson thinks he can go hero mode, or Paul George thinks he can go hero mode, and it might just be causing issues with ball movement and stuff like that, but I'm not too sure about it. I really can't pinpoint anything. They just look bad. That's all I could say about the Pacers. And the Hawks took advantage of it. Jeff Teague lit them up, and you know, I feel like any team could have beat the Pacers yesterday, but props to Atlanta for not backing down and winning that game. The next game was the Thunder and Grizzlies. It looked like it started out to be a blowout in the beginning. I was like, oh great, this is going to be a boring game. Thunder just going to blow out the Grizzlies, and then the Grizzlies fought back. But you always felt like the Thunder was still in control, even when the game was within 2. You just felt like the game and, you know, the whole game was really in the Thunder control, despite the huge lead they gave up to the Grizzlies. I believe at one point they had a 25-point lead, and then the Grizzlies were able to cut it to 2-point lead, and they weren't really able to fully overcome the Thunder. So the Thunder were able to fight back and just win the game. And because of this, I feel like it could have been a good game, but I was honestly a little bored by it because of the fact that it felt like the Thunder were always in control and there was no real chance that they were going to lose the game. And a lot of the times you'll feel like when a huge comeback happens, you'll feel like the team that gave up the huge lead is losing their control, but I really didn't feel it with this game, and I feel like the Thunder, like I said, were in control all along. They just had a struggling stretch and they were fine. So, again, I wasn't really too hyped up about this game. It should be a good series, but this game, it personally just wasn't enough for me. I didn't really like the game, and my most exciting game of the day was probably the Clippers and Warriors, despite the refs trying to take over the game. So what do you guys think of the playoffs? Love to hear your feedback on it, and basically in the comments below, talk about maybe your personal opinion of each series and stuff like that. We have some extra games on today as well on Easter Sunday, so it should be interesting. I believe the Heat are playing today, and should be fun to watch. They're playing at 3:30, I think. So if you're watching this video before 3:30, go check them out. Might as well watch some playoff basketball on Easter Sunday. Why not? And for those of you who are not celebrating Easter Sunday, I apologize. But those of you who are, happy Easter, and I hope you have a good day. But yeah, that's really all I wanted to discuss about the playoffs. And now I really wanted to swing things over to the Knicks side of things. I know it's really not everyone's a Knicks fan and stuff, but I know my Knicks knowledge, and rumors are swirling around right now that Mike Woodson's going to be fired, and so we're looking at either Steve Kerr or Mike Chirino, or whatever his name is, the announcer for ESPN last night during the Thunder game, said Derek Fisher is a possibility, which I have not heard personally, but apparently he is. So Derek Fisher or Steve Kerr are looking at as options of head coach. I think Steve Kerr would be a good hiring. He's been in the GM spot before, so maybe he'll be put in as a GM rather than, or a coach and GM, and have Phil Jackson and him work together with the basketball operating and stuff like that. But anyways, that's really all the news I have for you guys in NBA 2K. I hope you guys, or NBA, excuse me. I hope you guys enjoyed this Sunday discussion, and look forward to bringing you some more soon. So, and enjoy the Battlefield 4 cannot talk today. Battlefield 4 gameplay. I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. Rare Spark out.